Welcome to BTS Heart. What really happened between JUNGKOOK and Jimin on the first day of BTS's Baltimore concert that left so many ARMY members visibly moved? Was there something happening just beyond what the cameras managed to capture? A quiet moment meant to carry meaning without words? Or was it simply a small, natural interaction that only felt significant once fans looked back at it? That question has stuck with people following BTS's journey throughout the Arirang 2026 tour, and Baltimore has become one of the stops fueling that conversation the most. Baltimore brought all 7 members back in front of a massive crowd of fans after a long stretch of travel, back-to-back concerts, and countless emotional moments throughout the tour so far. But behind all the excitement of another sold-out night, attention once again gravitated specifically toward JUNGKOOK and Jimin, not necessarily because of anything dramatic, but because of the small interactions between them, expressions, brief gestures, the way they responded to one another on stage, all of which left many fans wondering if there was something more meaningful happening beneath the surface. The first night in Baltimore wasn't just about the music, choreography, or production value. As impressive as all of that was, there was a noticeable emotional undertone to the entire experience, one that seemed to build from the moment BTS arrived in the city, through preparation, and finally into the concert itself. For longtime ARMY members who've followed the tour city by city, each stop tends to carry its own distinct identity. Some remembered for spectacular performances, others for spontaneous offhand comments from the members, and some simply for a brief, quiet interaction that lasted only a few seconds. Baltimore, for many fans, seems to be settling into that last category. Part of what makes this particular moment stand out is simply how often JUNGKOOK and Jimin end up at the center of conversation whenever the group performs together. Their long shared history within BTS means that even the smallest interaction between them tends to draw significant attention from fans, largely because that history gives even simple gestures a certain emotional weight. This time, though, something about the reaction from ARMY felt slightly different, enough that fans went back to rewatch the footage, trying to better understand exactly what they'd witnessed. Of course, it's important to stay grounded here. An expression doesn't automatically signal something significant. A hug doesn't necessarily point to a hidden story. A short, quiet exchange between two people doesn't need to be translated into a specific confirmed meaning. But that very uncertainty is part of what makes moments like this one in Baltimore so compelling to watch and discuss. Why did this particular moment resonate so strongly with fans? The answer likely isn't a single isolated incident, but rather the broader emotional context surrounding this entire leg of the tour. BTS has been through an enormous journey to get back to this point. Years of individual schedules, personal growth, and time apart before finally returning to perform together as a full group again. Given that context, virtually every interaction between members now carries a certain sentimental weight for fans who followed their story for years. For ARMY, watching JUNGKOOK and Jimin stand beside each other on stage isn't simply about seeing two members of a group perform together. It's a quiet reminder of everything the group has experienced collectively over the years. The friendships that developed publicly in front of millions, the difficult periods they navigated together, and the significant personal changes each member has gone through individually along the way. Baltimore, in that sense, becomes just one more page added to that much larger, ongoing story. Since BTS's arrival in the city, fan attention has been enormous, with footage from their travel and preparation circulating steadily across social media well before the concert itself began. Once again, JUNGKOOK and Jimin found themselves among the most discussed names, not because either of them did anything particularly unusual, but because certain simple, natural moments between them felt worth paying attention to, especially amid the high energy and anticipation surrounding the entire event. Once the concert actually began, the atmosphere inside the venue shifted completely. Thousands of voices merged into one continuous wave of sound. Lights and visuals filled the stage, and the members finally appeared in front of the crowd that had been waiting for them. In that setting, BTS wasn't simply running through a scheduled performance. They were reconnecting with fans on a large scale, many of whom had waited years for this exact kind of moment. And once again, much of the attention naturally circled back to Jungkook and Jimin specifically. Each of them brings a different energy to how they connect with the audience. Jungkook often seen as more spontaneous and instinctive in the moment, while Jimin has long been known for his ability to build a deeply emotional connection with the crowd through subtle expression and tone. When the two share a moment together on stage, that combination tends to produce an outsized reaction from fans watching closely. It's also worth remembering that a moment doesn't need to be a grand statement to genuinely move people. Sometimes it's simply a look exchanged, a quiet smile, a small gesture of checking in on one another. Details that might seem minor to a casual observer, but carry real emotional significance for fans who followed BTS's journey closely for years. That's part of why footage from the Baltimore concert continued generating so much discussion afterward. Fans didn't just watch the show as a whole. They zoomed in on specific clips, studied facial expressions, noted who was standing near whom, and tried to piece together the more subtle dynamics playing out naturally on stage. This isn't a new pattern within the fandom. Whenever BTS performs together, fans often catch small details that the main broadcast camera might miss entirely. And in the current social media landscape, even a single second of footage can spiral into a much larger conversation within minutes. Still, the honest answer is that there isn't necessarily anything deliberately hidden behind these moments. That nuance often gets lost once a clip starts spreading widely online. The emotional reaction from fans is completely genuine, but it's worth separating that reaction from any specific, confirmed explanation behind it. What can be said clearly is that Jungkook and Jimin once again displayed the kind of closeness that's followed them since they were far younger members of the group. A closeness built simply from spending the majority of their lives growing up together, both on stage and off it. Whether there's a deeper, specific meaning behind any single moment from that night in Baltimore, or whether it's simply the natural byproduct of two people who've spent over a decade side by side, remains something only they truly know. And in many ways, that open-ended uncertainty is exactly why fans continue discussing it. Behind every seemingly effortless performance lies an enormous amount of preparation, travel, and physical demand that audiences rarely see directly, which makes these small, spontaneous moments between members feel even more meaningful when they do happen, simply because they offer a brief glimpse of the human side behind the performance everyone came to see.